Hello, my dear viewers, and welcome to Angelic Sky Tarot channel. Today I'm doing this beautiful spread for women who already are in relationship or maybe just started dating someone, and we're gonna ask tarot. We're gonna ask some questions. If this person that you just met, do they love you? You know, what type of feelings they have towards you, their thoughts, about your relationship, what they mean to do in the future, some negative and positive aspects for this relationship, and advice from the cards, what you could learn possibly from each other from this relationship. So about the current development of this relationship, this union. So let's do this forecast. It's going to be timeless. So it's going to be for you at the time you find the video. And possibly you're married to this person for a long time, or in your relationship with this person for a long time, or maybe you just met this person and the relationship is just developing. So it still can work for you in those situations. So if he loves you, what does he feel about you, his thoughts, his feelings, his further intentions in this relationship, the positive and negative aspects that are affecting this relationship. So I'm going to work with this Golden Universal Tarot. It's my favorite deck, and I worked with it for the longest time, so I trust these cards the most. And also I will pull a couple of cards at the end from the Angels of Romance, and maybe some cards from Lenormand, also some of my favorite decks. So think about your person. I'm not going to have a pick a card video. It's going to be a general spread for everyone who finds this video. So you listen to your heart and feel the information that you're receiving, if that's the right information for you. If this video will resonate, if the cards, the spread will resonate in your heart and you feel like this information is meant for you, then you can definitely watch this video. If you feel like that doesn't resonate at all, for you, then you can skip it. At any rate, again, think about your person, visualize them. If you want, maybe pronounce their name, think about their date of birth or something like that, and just think about the last time you saw that person. Maybe there's a particular question that you want to receive an answer for. It will be able possibly to get some guidance on that. Setting the rest of the cards aside. So we got some beautiful cards here. Let me take a look and see what's happening, developing with this picture. So what are the thoughts of your partner about you, okay, at this moment? And we have Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is he's definitely thinking about you. He has a lot of passionate thoughts. So if you've been in this relationship for a while and you feel maybe like there was a stagnation in your relationship, there's a new chance given to you in this. It feels like you enter a new cycle and there's a new outburst of energy. So he is again thinking positively about you. He feels enthusiastic about you, definitely has a lot of sexual thoughts, erotic thoughts. So determined to stay with you in this union, in this relationship. It's very interesting. So there's a lot of potential for new development, and so his thoughts are positive. He has a lot of creative ideas about your relationship. He definitely has plans about your relationship. So the person definitely thinking about you and feels positive, because Ace of Wands definitely is a beautiful positive card. So the man that you're inquiring about, or the partner you're inquiring about, has positive thoughts about you, definitely thinking about you, and there are a lot more potentials for him to think about you in the future. So the potential is there. So what are his feelings? And there's definitely transformation happening in the feelings. He's feeling something new, and if there was any type of negativity in your relationship, maybe there was a quarrel, or something didn't feel right in your relationship, so there's something new is being birthed in your relationship. So all these negative aspects are taken out of your relationship, and he's definitely seeing you in the new light. It's like there was transformation. And so emotionally, he definitely has a lot of new feelings for you, and whatever is being born, you know, it's a new level in this relationship. It's reaching a new level. So even if you've been married for a while, you've been able to, or you've been together and for a while in a relationship, you've been able to work through some difficulties in this relationship. You had to overcome some kind of difficult situation, and you transformed through it and grew to understand each other. So his feelings are definitely more tender, and he feels like, yes, he's moving forward with these feelings, and you're moving to a new level, you know, a new level of emotional connection. Like if before maybe the relationship wasn't so serious, or you know, you were maybe tolerant of some things, you know, towards each other, there was something in your relationship that happened possibly recently that transformed the connection, and it made the emotional attachment even stronger. So it looks to me like you went through emotional growth together. I'm not sure what caused that growth, because it could be different things for different people, and but whatever happened, it was very transformational. It possibly was difficult, some difficult decisions that you had to make. Maybe some of you had to move, relocate. Maybe some of you had to forgive some things to each other. But he definitely feels a lot more emotional attachment towards you, and in a different level, totally different level. So let's see what his future, like, thoughts about how he wants to act in this relationship, what are his determinations about his relationships, his actions about the two of you. And here we have Queen of Cups. So Queen of Cups, again, it's love, it's emotional satisfaction, it's heart of devotion, it's a heart of compassion. So it looks to me like someone, again, forgave someone for something. There's definitely understanding. So the person is staying in this relationship. They're staying committed to this relationship. The queen is sitting confidently on her throne, and she feels relaxed. She feels composed. She feels like she's refreshing herself with a drink, and she's ready to listen. She's ready to see what is next coming in this development. So the person will stay committed in this relationship. They will communicate. So his next course of action, or he's thinking of communicating with you or talking to you about something important, maybe a proposal. Maybe the person just wants to explain how they feel. So you definitely went through some sort of transformation, and there's new chance given to you in this relationship. Renewal for feelings and emotions. A lot of negative, hurtful things are going away, they're dying out, and you're reaching a new level of understanding and communication, new level of emotional maturity. And your queen is somebody who is already very mature. So I do see that definitely a heart of compassion, and somebody who is ready to see what is going to develop next in their relationship. Let's see what other positions will tell us. So what is this common goal for your relationship, for both of you being in this relationship? And here we have a very interesting card. It's Strength. It's one of the most kind of powerful cards. First of all, notice this sign of infinity above the woman's head. It means to me that it's a karmic relationship. This union has been destined, and you definitely have some lessons to go through in this relationship. Strength is usually, first of all, it's a passionate relationship, you know, and the lion here represents our human, you know, represents like the instincts of an animal, you know, that live within the human. So sometimes we have these basic desires, you know, over human body. We feel our hormones, you know, we feel sexual drive, we feel secret desires, we feel passions, and sometimes these basic desires, they interfere with our logic, they interfere with our heart. They interfere with us being able to communicate from like higher, a place of higher like perspective or higher realization. So this relationship is teaching you both about compassion, about taming those beasts of desire, and probably traits of our character that are not really developed yet. We're still developing, and we're still growing to become more uh, controlled, in some areas, more compassionate in some areas, less capricious. We're learning to curb our desires and enter into relationship of compromise and compassion towards each other, being able to help each other, forgive, forget, possibly sacrifice some things. So you see how this woman is taming the line with compassion, with kindness, with patience. So it is about patience. Possibly you're trying to reach some goals together. Maybe you're planning to buy a house. Maybe you're planning to travel somewhere. Maybe you're planning to have a wedding. And there's some certain amount of impatience around this. And with our human desires, we feel like we need to spend a certain amount of money, or we have to have something luxurious and we want to have it now. But it's actually with planning out for things, and realizing maybe we don't need to spend that much money. Maybe we still can have a beautiful wedding at a beautiful location, but we don't need to pour all these finances. So it's curbing these capricious desires, these things that truly interfere with our happiness. So this relationship, the strength, it's learning to understand each other with compassion. Maybe one of your partners or your partner, maybe it's you who has a temper, and your partner is learning to deal with this temper, or maybe it's you who's learning to deal with your partner's temper. Maybe this really physical person, and they love to work out on their body, so they feel strong connection to their physical body, and they still have to work on their spiritual aspects, of realizing certain aspects in life, and looking at them from different point of view. So this is what strength is all about. It's overcoming these passions, learning to be more compassionate and open your heart. But it's definitely a karmic situation here. So what could like a positive side of your relationship and everything good that could be learned from this relationship? And here we have Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is an interesting kind of card that sort of shows me where you're at right now in your relationship, because I've seen that there's a new possibility for your relationship. Your relationship is going through transformation. You are ready to listen to each other. You definitely need to learn to be more compassionate towards each other. So this particular card is showing me that there is a possibility to move to a new level and to create a new future. But yet both of you are still not sure where you go and what your common goals are. And you are kind of in this place, you're thinking, do I need all of this? Where are we going together? What is happening? If we're planning to move together, or we're planning to open this business together, or we're committing to something, do we really want to do this? Is it even important to us? Is it our true desire, or we're just going with the flow of life because other people did this in the same way, and we're just kind of following our programming, footsteps of everyone else? So you're at this place where you're coming to some realizations, and you just not sure. It feels like you are moving in a new direction, but you're not even sure if that's the direction where you need to go, or do you even need to go in that way. In any case, the situation is a little bit unclear, but you're still moving forward, and it seems to me that you're stepping into the new future, and the energy is moving. So what is the positive aspect? If you're learning to go with the flow of life, and even if some things are still not certain how they're going to play out and what new opportunities are awaiting you in the future, you're still taking a chance and you're moving forward. So what could be the negative aspect of this relationship is immaturity in passion, because we have Page of Wands here, and Page of Wands again talks about passion, being social with others. So it's finding your creativity in the world, and so Page is a person. It's still a student. Page is still a student. It's like it's also a messenger. So it's someone who's still young and still learning. they're not a king, you know, so they still have a long way to go. And so it's learning again about your passions, you know, how you can express them in the world and through the relationship, how you will communicate with others, and compassion, you learn compassion with others. So it's balancing between your personal passions, how you want to realize yourself in the world, and the relationship itself, having commitments in the relationship, in the family. So there's still a lot of growth that needs to happen in this. So it might feel like a negative aspect. It might feel like maybe relationship is restricting you you know, from achieving some certain passions and goals in this relationship. But you will learn how to compromise, and you will learn how to evenly distribute your energy. You know, you will be able to take care of your family, your relationship, and also some other interests and desires that you possess. You know, maybe some hobbies, or you know, some other things that attract you in this life. So what is the kind of advice of the cards, or the final outcome? We have this beautiful card, which is Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups is the epitome of like happy relationship. We see a happy couple standing here, their children dancing around, they have a beautiful house, probably beautiful property that they own, and they just happy together. And so it seems to me that you both have wonderful plans for the future. You want to create family in the future. Possibly you want to buy property. Maybe you are getting ready for some sort of family celebration. There's a lot of happiness awaiting in the future. And it seems to me that you will be emotionally fulfilled if you stay in this relationship and work on all these obstacles, you know, because everything is a beautiful lesson to us. So let me also pull a couple of cards from Lenormand deck. I'm going to open the box and shuffle some cards and just see what type of advice these cards will give us. So I'll pull 3 cards and see what advice the cards will give us to overcome any type of obstacles you might face with your partner in the near future, to bring you to this beautiful Ten of Cups outcome, you know, this beautiful place of emotional satisfaction, of having honest, beautiful relationship between each other, and building a beautiful family, and having all the emotional satisfactions that you desire. Okay, so we have 3 interesting cards. We have the ship, we have a house, and we have a tower. So there's definitely a lot of changes, new plans, new desires. There's a bit of emotional disturbance, because I see some waters that are not kind of steady. You know, we have waves on the ocean, we have waves at the sea, and so emotionally you're both stirred right now, and you're planning for the future. So the sails is your new goals, your new plans, your new imaginations. You know, some of you are possibly planning to travel again. Others are planning to buy a house or build a new home together, because this card is located right next to house. So house is your base, house is your home. It's somebody who is possibly returning from their romantic travels or trying to settle. It's a traveler who's coming back home. So maybe it took a while for your partner to commit to this relationship, and they're realizing that it's enough for them to be wild, you know, and that they actually want to create a household together with you and come, you know, come home together. Maybe both of you decided that it's enough for you to be adventurers and kind of travelers, and you want to create this beautiful house together. So here you'll have to learn to keep a balance, so this house doesn't turn into a tower where you both restricted. So before you purchase a house, you know, make sure that you can afford this mortgage, and you don't become like a slave to this you know, to paying off the mortgage, and you won't be able to do any other romantic and beautiful things together. So the goal here is to put everything in balance, you know, in a rational. So don't let your greed or ambitions, you know, kind of to take over your plans, you know, because you need to make sure that your dream home, you can afford it, you know, right now. So calculate everything carefully. You know, you are making a move towards the future, but make sure that you want to go that route, so the future that you create is happy future, and you still can be passionate about other things that you desire to do in this life. So because you both are romantic souls, and it is important for you to travel, it's important for you to explore other passions and interests. So before buying a new home, make sure that it will be affordable project for you, so you don't feel like you will isolate yourself in this household, just paying bills, and restrict yourself from other fun activities, that you plan to do in the future. So that would be one warning from the cards is, before you commit to something, make sure it's something that you want to commit to. Because, sometimes we think that this is absolutely the best thing for the family. Make sure you don't do everything in a traditional way. Make sure that things that you plan and do will be right for you, for your couple. That maybe if you like to travel together, rent out a smaller place, and then it'll give you more opportunities to travel together and explore places, instead of maybe buying this house of your dreams right now, and you can't really afford it, and you'll have to work really hard and restrict yourself from having fun. So your relationship is definitely going through transformation. So wake up and clearly look at your reality, clearly look at your resources before you make any type of commitments, because I do see there's a lot of learning that needs to happen between you two, a lot of compromises and understanding each other's perspective. So taking each other's interests, not only your interests, but each other's interests, into account. So let's pull one card from Angels of Romance. Yes, I definitely see honeymoon for you. So you are going to be living happily, together. You will be enjoying each other, and again, you see a lovely couple traveling. So it is important for you to travel. It's important for you to, to celebrate. You like to go on a journey together. So you are going on a journey. You're definitely going on a journey, on this new journey together. You stepping into this new potentiality of your relationship. You taking the next step. There's transformation that happened, and you feel each other on a different level. So here the waters are definitely more calmer. There's more melancholic type of mood. There's a moon, but you taking this journey, and again, the future is not completely clear yet, because there's still moonlight around, and but there's like softness to this card. There's harmony. There's some rainbowy colors in the future again. So yes, take the journey together. It's just the main advice here is be careful with your desires. Just if you can be modest with your desires, I think your sales will be a lot more calmer, and they will not imprison you or put you in the tower, because sometimes our desires, imprison us or enslave us. So enjoy each other and reach this happy outcome, where with time you will be able to afford everything, and you will be able to achieve everything together, but with moderation. Don't be greedy, or don't worry too much that you need to achieve everything at once. This is what your whole journey is about slowly acquiring things together, reaching goals together, compromising, helping each other out on this journey. And in this way, your life is going to be like a honeymoon, like a dream, where you can both go on this journey and discover all these beautiful opportunities. I hope this video was helpful to you. I wish you all the love in the world, and wish you all the happiness.